Hello, everybody. Welcome or welcome back. My name is Monique, and welcome to Medora Budgets. I'd like to thank anybody who's liked or commented on any of my videos, and especially those that have chosen to subscribe to my channel. Truly started this as a way to hold myself accountable, but I understand, recognize, and appreciate the community as a whole. If you are rocking with me on this journey, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you haven't made up your mind yet, sit with me for a spell. At the end of this video, if it's content you find valuable or enjoyable, please feel free to subscribe. It's myself and Sweets, married with a whole bunch of kids, trying to figure out our future family and finances so the decisions we're making now won't negatively impact us in the future. Today is November the 25th. It's a Monday, and just got back from the Carolinas celebrating the birth of, well, the soon-to-be birth of my little beanie baby. Anyway, I am here to do a messy budget because I got to get things back in order, recognizing the amount of money that I had to spend for the baby shower. Not had to, wanted to willingly spend for the baby shower. I did want to talk through now the plan going forward. And as you guys know, I do a future planning kind of thing, and I work through about a four paycheck cycle, roughly 2 months, to really understand what my bills might lay out like in the future, so that when I get ready to do a budget with me for the paycheck, I really understand, forward thinking what everything might lay out to be. That way, if there's anything additional that I need to edit or change, I'll have a view of that and not wait until the last minute. So today is the 25th. I get paid on the 29th. All of the bills that needed to clear have already cleared. That's because although I have them all set up on an auto draft, I did go ahead and pay them all on the 15th, so they're already out of the account. That allowed me to do the Transfer Tuesday that you should have seen on yesterday's video. I think I'm going to post this on Wednesday, and I've already created my Transfer Tuesday. And so where I could find some additional funds, I was able to make a $50, $60 payment, something up in there. And I've already done that towards my city credit card. So now what I am doing is just finishing up my future planning so that I know for sure what I'm going to do on the 29th. Anything that you see in purple, like here, these are all this and this and this over here. I think you see that in this over here, those are all subscriptions. Those are handled from my Ally credit card, and I just pay that off once a month. So I don't really consider that as a part of the budget in here because that's accounted for in my subscriptions sinking fund. So we are good in Big Bertha for November. 15th check, and we're plugging right along. So here's what it looks like, and I'm going to scooch in. So here's what it looks like for, maybe I scooched a little too much. Scoochie out. Yeah, we'll scoochie out a little bit too. All right, there you go. All right, so this is what it's looking like as far as the next 4 paycheck cycles are concerned. What I've gone in and done, and if you know, if you've seen this before, as far as on my channel, then you know, I take all of the money that I feel like I need to spend for bills, not feel like, but that's required for bills in my particular paycheck cycle. So I got paid, I'm going to get paid on November the 29th. So this check will run from 11/29 through 12/12. Any of the bills that I have should be notated here. There are some that I do on a split bill payment. That's my mortgage, my auto, and Nelnet. You'll always see those repeated, even if I decide not to give any money to those. So my bills are located here at the top. In the middle section are my high priority sinking funds. These are the things that tend to trip me up the most in my budget. So these are the things that I plan for. And I automatically make sure that I try to, well, I automatically give money to them unless I can't. When I can't, I just can't. And so some of these are non-negotiables, like subscriptions, property insurance. I have to give to those because those are things that will come out off of the Ally credit card monthly, and I have to make sure I'm paying for that. But everything else is kind of subject to, can I give money to those, and then how much? But these take priority over anything else that I might be that I may have a sinking fund for. This number and this number, the total for the bills, the total for high priority sinking funds, can't go over $1,375. That's my cap. And then I have, that's for my bills. And then for my variable, I have $850 that I'm working from. So normally I would show you guys just the $350. And then it was with the understanding that $500 from every paycheck goes towards my variable spending. That's groceries, gas, home, dining, and meds, and Corinne, I think, allowance. But with that said, I decided to start showing that number because I actually want to make a few adjustments to see if I can find some additional money to put in there as well. All right, so what I've done so far, I've gone through and I've notated for bills what I have to do, for sinking funds what I want to do, for savings what I want to do. Have to, okay? Have to, want to, want to. And I've done that for 4 paycheck cycles. So November 29th paycheck covers 11/29 through 12/12. I get paid on December 13th. That's going to cover 12/13 through 12/26, I think. Yep, 26. And then I have December 27th. That's going to cover from 12/27 through 1/9. And then January 10th check, that's going to cover 1/10 through 1/23, if I'm not mistaken. And I've not tried to make any adjustments at this point. All I did was again document what I have to pay for bills, what I want to do for sinking funds, what I want to do for variable expenses. And now we're going to get into the numbers and we're going to crunch those to see where we are. All right, so for bills for November 29, that equals 1016. And then I want to give $395 to high priority sinking funds, and that's $1,411. So we already know we're over on that. We're going to have to do some adjustments there. My variables, we'll talk about that in a second. All right, here we've got 980 plus 395 equals 1375 on the money. On the money, honey. How about that? All right, over here it is 1035 plus 395. That's 1430. That's way over. That's 1375. All right, and then here 1056 plus 395, and that's 1451. I'm just getting worse and worse. All right. 1451. Okay, all right. Whew. Okay. So, what am I do, Lord? Okay, so I might have some rollover here, but I don't want to count it just yet. So I'm going to put a dash here for rollover. I want to give another $70 for a city that's above what I normally pay every month. So I've already covered my normal payment, but I want to get to about $500 that I've given for the month of November. So I really want to stay normal on that. So I think where I'm going to pull this money from, because electric, Verizon, AT&T, none of that can really change. I'm kind of set on what those bills need to be. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to go to this category here and we're going to make some changes. I need to account for 1411 minus 1375. I need to find $36. So I think because we're doing Christmas gifts already and I want to put more money towards gifts, I got to get my buffer back up. So you'll notice this amount is higher than normal. And I really wish I could give a little bit more to that as well. Because I spent a lot of money out of that buffer account. So I had about 1,200, I think it is. I think I'm at like 7 or 8 after this past weekend. So I need to give a little bit more there. So my thought is I am going to shift several things around. So here I'm going to go, dang, I still need to give to emergency. I'm going to wipe out bonus kids, Xerxes, and emergency. But I'm going to give more to buffer. So right now I am at 120 plus 80 plus 130. That's $330 plus the 1016 equals 1346. I need minus 1375, so I'm under. I only got about $29. I'm gonna beef up buffer to 150. And that's an extra 20. So 120 plus 150 plus 80 equals $350. That should put me plus 1016. It's 1366. All right, that'll put me at about 1366 there. Okay, so let me take this thing off my arm. I know that's probably irritating y'all. Okay, for variables, I am over by $10 and I wanted to give a little bit more to variables. So what I'm going to do is my 100 envelope, I'm going to put myself at a budget of $100 for that, to give myself a little bit extra. And for Monday minis, instead of 160, I'm going to bump that down to 140. I want to leave extra debt because I want to give where I can there. And I had to include my class dues down here as well. So 500 plus 140 plus 100 plus 50, 25 is $815. I have $850 to spend. So I'm going to take $30 and put here. So for variables, I'm going to move that up to 530. So plus 30 equals 845. All right. And I want it to be at the most 850. So I'm at 845. And I think I'm actually going to do that because this is 860. I think I'm going to do that over here too. I'm going to put that to 530. I'm going to put Monday Mini from 160 to 140. And what that means is I'm going to do 100 for the low priority sinking fund randomizer and $40 for the emergency prep randomizer. That's what I'm going to do. My 100 envelope, I'm going to bring that down to 100. Leave class debt. I'm sorry, extra debt and leave class dues. So I should be at 845. Okay, so that's taken care of down there at the bottom. All right, so up here, so I was right at $13.75. I want a little bit. I got a couple of dollars over on this side. I'm going to skip rollover. I'm going to skip emergency again. And I'm going to leave. I can take off Xerxes too. I want to make buffer 150 again. I want to make buffer 150 again. So 20 plus 120 plus 80 plus 150 equals $370. Okay, was that right? 20, 120, 80, 150, 370 plus 980 is 1350. I need a little bit of buffer. Okay. So that's going to be 1350 up there. All right. I think that's what I'm going to do there. All right. This, man, let me take a drink of coffee. So I wanted to give a little bit more to Citi. So mortgage, auto, and Nelnet, I need to leave those alone. Electric is not going to be $150. It's already starting to go down. I went from 150. I went down to 148 a couple of months ago. It's 142. So if I save anything, I'm going to put here to use for Citi to make a debt payment for Citi. So anything under 150 for electric will go towards my Citi credit card, and that's how I'll account for trying to make another payment to Citi to keep momentum going on paying down that debt. I've skipped up until now. I've skipped bonus kids, Xerxes, and emergency. And I should have made up a little bit of ground, so that'll be $300 for buffer, hopefully. So I'm gonna back this down, back down to 120. That's an extra $10. I can't mess with subscriptions and property insurance. That has to stay there. So you know what? This is just gonna go all the way down to 100. 100. Skip. I gotta leave. I think the kids have some things that are happening the beginning of next year that they might need help with. I think, and things they're participating in. So that plus 1035. Okay. So yeah, I'll leave it like that. All right. So bonus kids will get 20. Subscriptions 120, property insurance 80, and buffer will only get 100. That's $320. 320 plus 1035 equals 1355. All right. I guess I'll do the same thing I did over here. Let's back that out to 530. I'll put that up to 530. 100. 140. Yeah. 140. 845. Okay. 530. 100. 140. 845. Wait, my class dues is only $25 a month. Why am I paying them every paycheck? Duh. All right, so I'm going to pay them for November 29th. I am going to skip December 13th. Class dues is only due once a month. I'm going to skip. And I'm going to do emergency because I haven't given anything to emergency. So I'm going to give emergency 25 down here instead. And that still evens that out. All right, I'll make a class payment here for 25. But January 10th, I'll do the same thing. Instead of that being class dues, this will be emergency. So I can give something to emergency. Because I was getting ready to cross it out again up here. And then if I just get rid of that and leave everything else the same, because I want to get back on track. That's $360 plus 1056. It's $14.16. I'm over. Okay. All right. So this is back right. But I've had rollover, hopefully, here, here, and here. So I'm going to say I have all right, so that's 1355. All right, all of these add up together to be 1056. I'm going to say I'm going to have rollover minus 50. It feels like it because I will have gotten $10, about $10 there. 25 there. 20 here. So I'm going to say maybe there's a rollover of $50 there. I don't think I can make another city payment, but I've got extra debt that I'm covering down here. So I don't think I can make another city payment here. All right, so that would mean 1056 minus 50 equals potentially $1,006 plus, what did I say this was going to be? 20, 20, 120, 80, 120. It's $360. 360 plus 1006 is 1366. I'm going to leave that way because if it's, I'll move emergency down there. So if for some reason I don't have a full $50 rollover, I might have a little bit. All right, so this is a little bit more sketchy. I'm not sure. This is this part is sketchy. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do all of this. 360 plus 1006 is 1366, or 1056 plus 360 is 1416. 1416, but that one's gone. And 1366 is 1006 and 360. And that's what I'm hoping for. Okay. All right, so this is a little less concrete. That's still kind of fluid, but this I think is where I'm going for November the 29th. And December the 13th. So I should be at around 1366 for my bills and high priority sinking funds. I'm only going to give to 3. high priority sinking funds, and that's going to be subscriptions, property insurance, and my buffer. That should total $350. And then for my variable expenses, I'm giving myself $850. I should be around $845. I'm going to give myself a little bit more for my variables, up from $500 to $530. I think I'm going to put that extra in groceries, kind of between groceries and gas. Monday mini, I'm going to back that down to $140. It'll be $100 for my low priority roll savings challenge, and then $40 for the emergency prep. 100 envelope, I'm just going to stick at $100 and stop trying to give a little extra. Plus, Sweets gave me $200 at the beginning of November to put towards that, and that's his plan going forward, is that he's going to try at the beginning of the month to give me $200 to go towards the 100 envelope challenge. So I'm going to count that all good. And then this is still including an extra $50 in every paycheck for extra debt. And then I'm covering my class dues, one paycheck in a month, and then the other paycheck, I'll put that $25 towards emergency. And there you go. I think that's it. All right, we'll see how this works out. Thanks everybody for your time. You guys have a good one.